Shit, your girl ain't been on Real Housewives of Atlanta recaps for a minute. It's been a couple of episodes. My bad. I've been just inundated with some random ass shit that need to get done. Your girl was behind in a couple videos. She had some shit happen in her household. She had to get, fixed and figured out or whatever the fuck. And at least I'm doing this episode, right? And after this, from this point forward, I'm gonna stay on my shit. I promise y'all. So be on the lookout for a Real Housewives of Atlanta recap next week. I promise y'all I'll be on that shit, and it will be earlier in the week than this motherfucker right here. But at least I did the shit, right? So anyway, we gonna do our little recap. Y'all already know I ain't seen the shit, so we gonna recap it as I go along. And your girl had to, break out her recap juice, cause, it's vitally important for us to go ahead and, get our shit on, Before we get to recapping, so let go. Alright, first up, we got Portia, who's in the studio getting her little sing-on, singing about her divorce and her life and shit, And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, she can carry a note, a tune, or whatever the fuck, but thankfully she has a vocal coach or whatever, so she's up in that motherfucker doing her thug thizzle, and Candy comes in, checking up on her and shit. They go ahead and take 5, and then Candy proceeds to let her know that her motherfucking ass ain't been to practice. Now, y'all know, last week she didn't really, she hadn't really signed on the dotted line because she actually had a contract out that her lawyer, came back to Candy with, and her little management team with, some stipulations that she wanted to include in her contract. So I guess right now she done signed the contract, but she's not showing up to rehearsals, and she's missed like 2, 3, or 4 rehearsals or whatever, right? So Candy goes ahead and proceeds to let her know, according to the email she done got from a couple people, Don Juan, all them motherfuckers says she ain't been to a couple rehearsals. Now here go Portia. She gonna talk about, she didn't really get the email that went out with the October, the November rehearsal schedule, and that her team had said that she had not gotten it. So here she go talking to Candy, telling her ass that she ain't got the right schedule, and the bitch don't even know what the fuck month she's in currently. Talking about some.
Okay. So what I need from your team is to communicate with each other. Because they had said that they had sent the October schedule and then they never sent it, so I really didn't know that I was supposed to be at practice.
Candy was like,
okay, now see. I thought you had said that she had sent it again.
Then Portia's ass was gonna call her assistant, which is Lauren, her sister, okay, and get her ass on the phone, put her ass on speaker, and Lauren's sitting there talking about how she had gotten an email saying that here are the October and November schedules, okay? And that she didn't really see November schedule, that it was actually attached to the motherfucking email, but she got October's, but then she didn't get November's and shit, right? And I'm sitting here like, okay, I didn't know your ass was dumb too. Bitch, if he has sent you an email saying that here are the schedules for October and November, why the fuck didn't you think you should look to see if there was a motherfucking attachment to the shit to see if the November schedule was attached? And when that motherfucker wasn't there, you should have been like, look, motherfucker, I don't see the November schedule. Could you resend that motherfucker? Are they both dumb as a box of rocks? Alright, so we move on to Nene. She's having dinner with her short little man, or short little white man, or whatever the fuck. Steve Grossman, I guess, is her manager, right? And she goes ahead and has a little sit down with his ass, and he proceeds to talk to her about the stuff she's got coming up. He wants her to go to LA. Here's the shit you got lined up and shit. I guess she's got a little clothing line. I hear her to the grapevine. She got a little clothing line coming out. She got an opportunity to get a clothing line put together for HSN or whatever, Home Shopping Network, which is dope. Okay, do you boo-boo, right? And so he proceeds to talk to her about the things that she done passed up on. Now, okay, we just follow me here for a minute. So he proceeds to tell her that she done passed up on, USA Network show with John Stamos, okay? And then he proceeds to talk about the fact that she done passed up on an opportunity to work with Bill Bellamy and some shit, a box office, some other bullshit or whatever. He was asking, okay, why didn't you take an opportunity? He didn't take any of these opportunities. Why didn't you take the last opportunity? And she gonna tell him that she didn't read the motherfucking script. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I can understand that the bitch was Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, like Jennifer Aniston, a motherfucker that's a seasoned actress, okay, who has a right to basically say, you know what, this really ain't for me because I'm a seasoned actress and I know exactly what the fuck kind of scripts I want to read, but to not read a script and be like, you know what, that's not the direction I want to go. And your motherfucking ass is barely a motherfucking actress. Okay, so Bitch, you a reality TV star. I know, you trying to take advantage of whatever the fuck is out there, and that's cool as fuck. Do you, boo-boo? But to not read the script, and then you go sit there and be like, I want to take my acting seriously, right? And I've done comedy, okay? But I want to do some serious roles. And so he proceeds to let her know that she needs to take acting classes or whatever the fuck. So even after she done said she just doesn't read scripts because, this shit is not what she trying to do because she's a seasoned actress, she proceeds to let his ass know that she doesn't really guarantee she gonna go to the acting classes that this motherfucker gonna send her to because she don't really feel like she needs it and shit because it takes away from her natural ability to fucking act. Bitch, again, I say, your ass ain't no damn seasoned actress, okay? And let's be real. There are plenty of real seasoned actresses out there that do go to acting classes. They have acting coaches to prepare them for roles, dramatic roles, whatever the fuck. And I mean, to be honest, on some real shit, y'all really see Nene in a serious role, like where she be crying and shit, like on some serious shit. Like, let's be real about that shit. I don't know. I mean, hey, if she proves me wrong, cool, and the gang, okay? But for right now, I'm like, bitch, you shouldn't be passing up not damn opportunity, okay? Like, not on some I didn't read the shit. Like, it's one thing if you read it and this ain't for you. But it's another when you just didn't touch the motherfucker and you gonna be like, yeah, I just don't do that shit. I'm just waiting for the better opportunities to come my way. Okay, whatever the fuck. Moving on. Cynthia and Peter. So, okay, y'all already probably saw these in the blogs, which I guess Cynthia did too, because this is how she fucking find out that supposedly the owner of the building that houses Bar One and Industry or whatever the fuck that Cynthia's business is called, I guess that motherfucker ain't been paying any bills, okay? And so the actual building that they actually have the businesses in is in foreclosure. And the reason that Cynthia done found out that shit was because she saw it in the blogs. Now, y'all know these motherfuckers are married, okay? And y'all know Peter's history in regards to letting that motherfucker know anything. But this is the type of shit that you let this motherfucker know, especially because her business is up in that motherfucker too, okay? So I guess Cynthia and they, Peter meet up or whatever, and she proceeds to ask him, like, what's going on? Because, look, I done seen some shit in the blog saying that we supposedly there may be a possibility we might lose our businesses or whatever. So he's like, I didn't want to alarm you when I got the letter. So, I went ahead and dealt with my attorney. And I really don't understand why everything is so separated with Peter. Like, I don't know if y'all caught the way his ass was talking about the shit. He was talking about it like my lawyer. And my ass is like, y'all motherfuckers is married, so wouldn't it be our lawyer? I mean, I know some of the shit they done did separately, but since y'all niggas is married, when do you prevent your wife from knowing some shit that directly affects her business as well? And now you dealing with your lawyer to see what the fuck you can possibly do. So I already have a problem with that shit, but on top of the fact that that is the case, now you didn't tell your wife, okay? So I guess the situation is that the building is in foreclosure, and I guess so far the building is supposedly going to honor their leases according to his lawyer, but they're kind of working things out to see if that's really going to be the case. In other words, the shit may not fucking happen. So Cynthia's sitting there like, okay, well, this is going to affect my business too. If they don't honor your lease, then they're probably not going to honor my lease, and I've got 5 people on staff that it affects, okay? And he's like, look, I guarantee you it ain't gonna be no problem. It ain't gonna be no problem, okay? And Cynthia's like, well, can you guarantee that? He's like, it's gonna be cool. Then as they continue to talk, she's talking about how this motherfucker didn't want to tell her nothing, didn't bother to tell her shit, and that she should have known from the beginning. And this nigga's like,
what do you want me to do?
I'm like, nigga, fuck. Tell your wife what the fuck is going on. That's why y'all motherfucking asses got the fuck married. You communicate. Come together as one. Y'all, look, I wish a motherfucker would not tell me some shit like that and I find out that shit in the motherfucking blogs, okay? We wouldn't be together no more, okay? So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through this part of the damn recap. I'm not even gonna lie, this part affected me. I'd already heard about it before I saw the episodes, so I already knew it was gonna happen. Didn't know how they were gonna really show it or whatever the fuck, but look, Kenya lost her dog, Velvet, okay? And her aunt came over, she was crying. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all know I got 2 dogs. I recently had a dog pass away, and his name was Chewy, and he passed away a little less than a year ago. And then we got 2 additional Pomeranians, and I love them even more because of the closeness I had with my first dog. I can't even say shit about whatever the fuck happened in that episode, in this part of the episode, to be completely real, because I teared up when I was watching her cry over her dog, because I remember what it was like when I lost mine, okay? okay? And I also had to, you automatically picture what the fuck would happen to you if it happened to yours right now. And that's what I did. I thought about what the fuck would happen with my dogs. And y'all follow me on the vlog channel, you'll know I love my dogs, okay? Not even gonna lie, there's been rumors going around that supposedly the dog did not die, that supposedly, okay, Brandon, you know, her little cheerleader friend, actually had the dog in his possession at the time. Personally, and I've seen it on several different places, it was on TMZ or whatever the fuck, personally, I really believe Kenya on this one. Like, I know she a great liar, but the way she was crying about that dog was very similar to the way that I cried about mine. So I just can't believe, and if she did that shit, man, she is the most fucked up human being on the planet if it was a damn lie for the fucking show, okay? I can't even say shit about that part. We gonna move on from here. I hope y'all know what that exhale was for. I'm so motherfucking over this Mama Joyce, Todd, Candy, Counselor, everybody, Carmen, the fuck situation. I know we ain't seen the shit in the last couple of episodes, which is why I've been so happy. And then when it came back into this one, I was like, fuck, I don't want to hear from Mama Joyce and hear the fuck whatever reasoning she got for whatever the fuck reason she don't like Todd and why she upset with the motherfucker being with Candy's ass and shit. Anyway, now they get together with a counselor, okay? And it's Candy, it's her mama, and the counselor, and they're doing it over at Candy's house, and he meets with Candy first. She proceeds to sob, as she usually does. I just want to be happy. I just can't. And then Mama Joyce comes in, and he talks to her individually, talking about, well, she done gained 30 pounds since she was with him, and, you know, I worry about her, and whatever other bullshit she wants to say, and long story short, at the end of that bullshit, they done hugged and shit, so we'll see. Y'all already know, if you've been watching the blogs, they are married. Todd and Candy actually got married, and I think they shot a show for it, so I guarantee you after this whole season of Real Housewives of Atlanta goes by, we gon' for sure see the show of her getting actually married. But they are married, thank you Jesus, and I pray to God that this whole thing goes to bed after whatever show premieres, showcasing whatever marriage, you know, the wedding. Hold up, before we even go there, if you check out Candy's Instagram or whatever the fuck, it's all over the blogs. Please take a look at the dress she done wore for her wedding. This bitch looked like she was a member of the Addams family in the outfit she done wore. The shit was whack as fuck. Just check out the blogs. You'll see her wedding gown. It's trash. Moving on. So Nene is at HSN as they are looking at all of her shit, her clothing line or whatever. And you know what, on some real shit, I think the clothing line is gonna do very well. Some of the pieces they done shown her, you know, they were okay. The one piece that she said she didn't like, I actually loved. It was like a turtleneck with like a long sleeve, you know, top, like cloth top, and the bottom was the black skirt. It was pleather, whatever. I love that motherfucker, but she wanted it in a jumpsuit. It's whatever. But I think she gonna do well with HSN, so we gonna move on from there. So Kenya calls Candy and Cynthia to go grab some lunch or whatever the fuck, and I guess this is the opportunity she took to go ahead and let them know that Velvet passed. They went ahead and, you know, powwowed, and they really did react genuinely to it, and I was really actually happy that they did. Cynthia really genuinely seemed extremely concerned. I mean, they both really did, but Cynthia especially, that she was just like, I feel so bad for the girl, because I mean, shoot, I could never imagine if my dog had passed. Either way, Kenya uses that opportunity to let them know that they're gonna do a memorial service for Velvet, and she would love if they could come. And of course, Cynthia's like, do you want me to let the other girls know? And she was like, no, which I thought she was gonna say yes, but she said no. So I'm kind of glad she did, because ain't nobody want to see that bullshit any fucking way. I'm not talking about the memorial service. I just didn't want to see any of the reactions to anybody, whatever the fuck. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Kenya's extra. But, I mean, to involve everybody else from the show would have been just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Next up, we got Cynthia and Peter, who they get back together. You know, Peter's playing with some little trinket that's supposed to give them a little security in their household. And Cynthia comes in talking about, you know, what's going to happen with the situation. And I guess the owner of the building basically said that they're not going to let everything go into foreclosure, and that there's an opportunity to purchase their property or whatever, or to purchase that area of the business or the building or whatever the fuck. Either way, I guess supposedly, you know, Cynthia's like, you know what, I'm just gonna trust you, and you know, we just gonna go from there, but you know that I'm gonna have my own opinion and whatever the fuck. Either way, the shit was basically squashed between the two of them, and they're moving on. Me, on the other hand, my black ass would have been out the door because you done did this too many times, Peter. Now we got Candy, we got Portia, and they're all at the last week's rehearsals before the actual opening day. They're at the venue, and Portia still doesn't seem to have shit together, and Candy proceeds to let her know that she really doesn't have, you know, everything all the way together because there's some rehearsals she done missed that were vital to her knowing the dances and things like that. So she sends D Woods or whatever to come help her with the shit, and Portia looks like a damn idiot trying to figure out what the fuck she's trying to show her, okay? The real reason why they done had this entire last 15 minutes of the show go into the Todd, Candy, Mama Joy situation, because you know they already trying to, you know, get people ready for the fact that they done got married and they're gonna have a show showcasing that, probably similar to Nene's show. So that being said, they show little snippets of Candy's practice and how she was singing and talking to that guy Q or whatever from that boy band, and you know, 115, 725, whatever the fuck the band, 112, 15, whatever the fuck, y'all know. I guess Todd was taking Mama Joyce on a tour of how everything's gonna be set up, and he finally says, look, you know, I don't know where we went wrong, and I just want you to eventually, you know, if anything, for us to get along. You may not like me, but if you don't like me, I'd rather know from you than hear it in the street. They proceed to talk. Mama Joyce seems to soften up a bit and says, you know what, it's not that I don't like you, I lost respect for you. And he's just like, look, I'm just trying to get us on a good page because you and your daughter's relationship I know is important to you, it's important to Candy, whatever the fuck. Next thing you know, she giving him that little one-armed hug she tried to give Candy earlier in the episode, and basically that's it for right now. And that's basically the end of the episode. Next week is going to be next couple days is going to be the final episode, so you know I'm going to recap that faux show. Other than that, this episode was pretty daggone boring. There was really nothing to it whatsoever. I'm waiting for the motherfucking reunion because what I want to know is what the fuck's gonna happen with Apollo's motherfucking ass, because that has not been shown on this show because I don't think they were taping at the time. However, I don't know if y'all saw that little snippet where Phaedra and Apollo were, you know, playing with the clay, and he was trying to do the reenactment of Ghost, and, you know, he all got behind her, and then they were trying to do this shit together. But, you know, I don't know if y'all noticed the shape of the motherfucking thing his ass was trying to make, and he seemed like he was a little bit too good at making the shape he was trying to make. I'm just saying. That being said, boy, you better get your practice, because your ass might be doing that shit yet again. Okay, so stay tuned for next week when we're going to do another recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta final episode before the reunions. I will definitely get it out sooner. My birthday weekend is this weekend. Monday's my actual birthday, okay? So I'm going to be kicking it all weekend, but I promise y'all when I get back into this coming week, y'all know I will definitely get the recap done for y'all, and then we definitely going to do these reunion recaps, okay? So stay tuned next week for my next recap. Thumbs up this video if you love seeing these videos from your girl, and y'all already know what to do. As always, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/SocialiteSandy. Hit me up on my Facebook fan page or Pinterest page. Those links are down below. Hit me up on my blog, TheSocialiteLife.blogspot.com, and hit me up on Instagram at SocialiteSandy. And y'all already know I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye. Girl, Sandy, and yeah, y'all, we back up in this motherfucker to do the long-awaited question-answer